The king had a beautiful daughter and a handsome son. When they all grew up, the king told them it was time to choose their partners and get married. But neither the prince nor the princess wanted to get married. When the king heard this, he was very angry and drove them out of the palace. But before they even left the village, they got tired and sat down under a tree to rest. The princess soon fell asleep and had a strange dream. The next morning, she told her brother about her dream. She dreamed that the leaves of the tree and the water from the stream in front of them could cure the sick. So they collected the leaves and the stream water and continued on their way. After a while, they arrived in another country where everyone was wearing black clothes. It turned out that their prince was very sick. So the brother and sister disguised themselves as doctors to see the king, and the king was very happy. The princess walked up to the sick prince and placed the leaves on his forehead. The prince indeed opened his eyes. When he looked at the princess, they fell in love. Then the princess's brother gave the prince some of the stream water, and the sick prince instantly regained his energy. He then held the princess and wanted to marry her. The princess also fell in love with him and decided to stay. After blessing his sister, the princess's brother continued on his journey alone. The prince arrived in another country where the king was announcing that whoever could correctly guess the princess's birthmark would be able to marry her and inherit the throne. As the prince was deep in thought, a blacksmith nearby recognized him. The blacksmith said he could make a hollow golden ox, and the prince could hide inside it. Then the blacksmith would take the ox to the market and sell it to the princess. This way, the prince could come out at night to see the princess's birthmark. The prince agreed to the plan. The next day, the princess saw the golden ox and liked it very much, so she had the king buy it for her. When the princess fell asleep at night, the prince climbed out of the ox and secretly approached her bed. He successfully saw the princess's birthmark. The prince couldn't help but laugh, which woke up the princess. She screamed in fright, but soon she was attracted by the prince's handsome appearance and began to like him. The prince asked the princess to help him leave the palace. So the next morning, the princess deliberately broke the ox's ear and had the king send it out for repair. Then the prince climbed out of the ox and went to the palace to see the king. The prince pretended to think for 3 hours before telling the king that the princess's birthmark was the sun, the moon, and the stars. The king was very happy and married his daughter to him. The prince then invited his sister and parents to hold a joyful wedding.